Maxwell Jacob motherfucking Friedman is the real deal when it comes to AEW's homegrown talent. If they ever get around to making a Hall of Fame for the shit show, I better not see some washed up relic like Sting getting the first nod. MJF deserves that spot, no question. The dude's a wizard on the mic, can throw down in the ring, and knows how to get under the crowd's skin. He's all about quality, from his promos to his presentation, and that's something you can't fake. But here's the kicker, he's been slipping lately. That Adam Cole feud dragged on longer than a bad hangover, and honestly some of MJF's comedy. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. And now he's tangled up with Jeff Jarrett? Come on, that's like watching a 60-year-old man trying to reclaim his glory days. If MJF loses to Jarrett, it's going to blow up in his face and leave a whole lot of angry fans in its wake. The bottom line is this, MJF's got slim pickings for feuds right now. With all these damn factions running around, there aren't many single stars left to challenge him. How do you keep a guy like him interesting when he's already held the gold? Last night, I had a nightmare where I booked him as a tag team guy for a few months. The man threatened to shove my script where the sun don't shine. He knows his worth, and the tag division, that's beneath him. He's got championship potential, and it's about time we recognize that. So here's the plan. I'm diving into some fantasy booking for MJF to reclaim that world title in 2024. We need fresh single stars, a break from these endless faction wars, and a shot in the arm for the storytelling that's been missing from AEW. And importantly, let's draw some real fucking money for AEW pay-per-views and Ring of Honor pay-per-views. Buckle up because it's about to get real. This week on AEW Dynamite, we're gearing up for a major clash, Dustin Rhodes versus MJF. With this being the go-home show for AEW Grand Slam, we're stretching it to a 3-hour special. This isn't just any episode. It's about laying down the crucial storylines and stacking the Grand Slam card to feel like The Godfather. Think of AEW Grand Slam in Brisbane as Part 1, leading seamlessly into AEW Revolution in early March as Part 2. This approach addresses a big issue with AEW, too many back-to-back specials that blur together. By crafting these events as two parts of a high-quality saga, we're ensuring each has its own impact and narrative continuity. Now let's dive into the Texas Death Match. MJF emerges victorious, leaving Dustin Rhodes a bloody mess on a stretcher. But MJF isn't done. In true heel fashion, he drapes the Texas flag over Dustin's body, mimicking how you'd cover a corpse. It's not just for shock value. It's a calculated move to solidify his role as the offensive villain fans love to hate. He then grabs the mic, taunting the Texas crowd with a line that'll resonate. If you want to see something, watch me become champion at All In, you steak-loving pussies. This provokes Jeff Jarrett to come out, setting the stage for their upcoming battle in Brisbane, Australia. Later on that night, backstage footage shows Jarrett, Sammy Guevara, and the Von Erich boys rallying around Dustin as he's loaded into an ambulance, adding layers to the storyline and stirring the pot for revenge. The following night on Ring of Honor, Sammy Guevara, accompanied by the Von Erichs, announces Dustin's injuries will keep him out for a while. To maintain their momentum, Sammy steps up to fill Dustin's role in the 6-man tag team scene. Jeff Jarrett also steps in, partnering with Sammy to keep the tag team titles alive. This move not only keeps the titles in play, but also elevates the importance of ROH, showing the consequences of MJF's actions. The Von Erichs, with Sammy Guevara fueled by a desire to honor Dustin, are now more determined than ever to defend their titles. This sets up a match against the conglomeration of Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Kyle O'Reilly for the ROH 6-man titles at the Brisbane event. This is how you elevate the next generation, by giving them meaningful personal motivations that fans can invest in. Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy are popular AEW stars that Brisbane deserves to see. In Brisbane, the showdown between Jarrett and MJF is electric. Hangman Adam Page makes a surprise appearance, causing a distraction that allows Jarrett to smash MJF with a guitar. Then in a twist, Jay Lethal appears as Black Machismo, delivering a flying elbow on MJF while the referee is distracted. These moments not only enhance the drama, but also set the stage for future storylines. Backstage, we see Jarrett, Guevara, Jay Lethal, and the Von Erich boys celebrating with their titles and some Aussie beers. Sammy, in a moment of defiance, throws his beer at an MJF poster, declaring his own quest for revenge. He challenges MJF to a Philadelphia street fight at the Supercard of Honor in April. MJF, never one to shy away from conflict, delivers a fiery backstage promo. He calls out Hangman Page for constantly being in his business, challenging him to a match at Revolution. He dismisses Sammy as a little bitch and downplays the importance of the ROH titles, asserting that their only significance was when he held them. It's a classic MJF move, designed to rile up his opponents and the audience alike. This setup makes the Brisbane show stand out with 2 high-stakes matches, using the event to highlight emerging talent while also drawing in big names. The impending feud between Adam Page and MJF at Revolution promises to be a must-see with ample time to build tension and excitement. Looking ahead, we're planning a doubleheader weekend in Philadelphia, Supercard of Honor on April 5th, followed by Dynasty on April 6th. This strategy mirrors WWE's successful back-to-back show format, but with a twist, incorporating AEW's main roster to elevate ROH's profile. By blending established stars with fresh talent, we aim to draw a crowd and create buzz, avoiding the lackluster turnout of previous events. This is how you build a wrestling empire, one gripping storyline at a time. At AEW Revolution, the tension between Adam Page and MJF reaches a boiling point that's hotter than a damn Texas summer. The weeks leading up to the show are electric, culminating in a special segment featuring Renee Paquette. Picture this, a talk show setup that's all glitz and glam, plush furniture, and the air thick with anticipation. But beneath the surface, it's a powder keg ready to explode. As the cameras roll, Adam Page steps into the spotlight, acknowledging a grudging respect for MJF's chaotic nature. "You know," he starts, his voice steady but laced with tension. "There's something about the way you stir the pot, Max. We both thrive on conflict. It's in our blood." But MJF, being the master manipulator he is, flips the script. He smirks, leaning in closer. "What's that, cowboy? You think you're tough? Are you going to attack me backstage like you did with CM Punk? You and your little EVP buddies can't win a one-on-one match to save your lives." The crowd erupts, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. MJF's words hang in the air like a thick fog, setting the stage for future clashes with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, or even a high-stakes showdown with Okada, a tantalizing prospect that looms on the horizon. As the segment heats up, emotions flare. Page, caught in the moment, accidentally shoves Renee aside, sending her sprawling to the canvas. Gasps fill the arena, and this isn't just a slip. It's a spark igniting a future feud with Jon Moxley, who will surely take issue with anyone laying hands on his friends. The air is charged with the promise of anarchy, foreshadowing a chaotic alliance between Moxley and MJF's Death Riders. When the match finally rolls around, it's a brutal 20 to 30-minute showdown filled with raw energy and heart-stopping moments. They trade blows, each punch echoing through the arena like gunfire. Page's resilience shines, but MJF is relentless, his cunning mind plotting 3 steps ahead. In a shocking finish, MJF pulls out the Dynamite Diamond ring, slipping it on while the referee's back is turned. A swift shot to Page's jaw sends him crashing to the mat. The referee turns just in time to count the pin, solidifying MJF's status as the ultimate heel. This victory sets up a rematch at the Dynasty event, promising even more brutality. You know damn well that a hardcore match is on the horizon, and the stakes have never been higher. Fast forward to the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, where the action is relentless. Sammy Guevara and Jeff Jarrett are defending their ROH titles against the formidable duo of Brian Keith and Big Bill. They claw and fight tooth and nail, but just when it looks like they might lose, the celebration is cut short. Chris Jericho storms the ring, guitar in hand, smashing it over Jarrett's back with a sickening crack. The crowd roars, half in shock, half in glee, but MJF isn't done. He vaults over the guardrail, guitar raised high, and brings it crashing down on Sammy's skull. The sound is deafening, and Big Bill, sensing blood in the water, hoists Sammy high and slams him through a table with a brutal chokeslam. The carnage is palpable, and the crowd is on the edge of their seats. Later that night, the penultimate match features MJF facing off against Sammy Guevara in a Philadelphia street fight. The atmosphere is electric as they brawl for a solid 30 minutes, a brutal ballet of violence involving ladders, tables, and enough blood to paint the ring red. The crowd is a mix of shock and awe as Sammy pulls off a clean victory, his moment to shine. This decision, while controversial, is a necessary gamble to elevate him as a new star. Just as the dust settles, Dustin Rhodes strides out, raising Sammy's hand in solidarity, a passing of the torch that resonates deeply. As we move to build a robust main event scene for Ring of Honor, we're also on the hunt for fresh talent like Matt Cardona. It's crucial to create a landscape where younger stars aspire to hold the ROH Championship, using it as a launching pad to the AEW roster. Right now, ROH feels like a chaotic mess, lacking a clear heavyweight division, which is downright embarrassing. Fast forward to AEW Dynasty, where MJF and Adam Page are set for a Philadelphia death match that promises to be a bloodbath. Just as the bell rings, the Death Riders storm the ring like a pack of wolves, tearing into Page with ruthless efficiency. MJF sits back, legs crossed, a sadistic grin plastered on his face as he watches the chaos unfold. It's a shocking moment that solidifies his role as a mega heel. Page's body is left broken, and he's carted off to the hospital, deepening the audience's hatred for MJF. Later that night, we dive into a triple threat match for the AEW Championship featuring Jon Moxley, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage. The atmosphere is thick with tension as they battle fiercely, each man pushing their limits. In a chaotic twist, I'd book Copeland to clinch the title, but in a heartbeat he cashes in his contract, reclaiming it with a sick smile. Moxley responds with fury, regaining the title at Dynasty. The match is a whirlwind of high stakes and brutal hits, establishing Moxley as a formidable champion. As the night spirals on, MJF and the Death Riders launch a vicious attack on Christian and Copeland, even as rated FTR rushes in to save their friends. This chaos establishes MJF as a pivotal player in the main event scene, setting the stage for AEW's Double or Nothing and the upcoming Blood and Guts pay-per-view. The stakes are raised with a stipulation that if any member of rated FTR causes Moxley to lose at Double or Nothing, he forfeits his title. Conversely, if MJF causes any member of rated FTR to forfeit at Blood and Guts, he gets a shot at the AEW World Championship. This intricate web of storylines and rivalries builds excitement for future events while solidifying MJF's role as the mega villain of the company. Ending the Philadelphia death match in such an unexpected and brutal manner will leave the crowd fuming, desperate for revenge and justice. Fans will be clamoring for MJF to get his comeuppance, setting the stage for intense future confrontations. This booking strategy not only establishes a strong narrative for MJF and Adam Page, but also crafts a compelling landscape for Ring of Honor and AEW moving forward. It's a masterclass in long-term storytelling, delivering the drama, intensity, and unpredictability that fans crave. The road ahead is paved with blood, sweat, and the kind of tension that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats, hungry for more. At AEW Double or Nothing this year, I'm taking a different approach to anarchy in the arena. This match will feature a 6-on-6 format. The Death Riders, consisting of Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Jon Moxley, Marina Shafir, and MJF, will face off against rated FTR, made up of Adam Copeland, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Anthony Bowens, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Willow Nightingale. I believe this format will allow for an exhilarating match that lasts nearly an hour and adds an exciting element by incorporating female wrestlers, enhancing the shock value of the event. Additionally, I feel that Marina Shafir deserves to be the AEW Women's Champion. To get there, she must navigate the ongoing feud with Toni Storm and Marie May, which has become drawn out, creating a need for fresh stars at the top. While I initially considered having Shafir take the ROH Women's title from Athena, I now believe that targeting the AEW Women's Championship is a more impactful route. This storyline could pave the way for a future showdown between Willow Nightingale and Marina Shafir at a pay-per-view, as well as a potential match between Shafir and Harley Cameron for the AEW Women's Championship at AEW All In, especially with Cameron gaining significant momentum in 2025. The arena is electric with anticipation as the anarchy in the arena match begins. The chaos erupts immediately, with bodies colliding and fists flying everywhere. Jon Moxley kicks things off with his trademark brutality, smashing a glass bottle over Cash Wheeler's back. Shards scatter, drawing gasps and cheers from the crowd, who are hungry for violence. Marina Shafir, the AEW Women's Champion, quickly takes advantage of the chaos. She delivers a brutal knee strike to Willow Nightingale, sending her crashing into the barricade. The impact echoes through the arena, and the intensity of their personal rivalry is evident in every move. Outside the ring, Pac, ever the daredevil, climbs to the balcony above the audience. He locks eyes with Powerhouse Hobbs below and without hesitation, leaps down. The crowd holds its breath as he crashes into Hobbs, sending them both through a table. Wood splinters fly, and the fans erupt in wild applause, feeding off the sheer madness of the moment. Nearby, MJF, always the cunning strategist, sees an opportunity. He feigns an injury to lure Anthony Bowens closer. As Bowens approaches, MJF suddenly yanks him forward, sending him over the balcony. Bowens crashes through a stack of tables, the splintering wood echoing through the arena, while MJF stands above, grinning triumphantly at the chaos he's orchestrated. Back in the ring, the action intensifies. Moxley, channeling his inner lunatic, brandishes a syringe filled with an unknown liquid. He lunges at Dax Harwood, who narrowly dodges the attack. Moxley swings wildly, the syringe gleaming menacingly in the arena lights, underscoring the unpredictable nature of the match. Claudio Castagnoli and Powerhouse Hobbs engage in a fierce contest of strength, their raw power on full display. Hobbs lifts Dax effortlessly, tossing him across the ring with a mighty heave. Claudio counters by hoisting Moxley onto his shoulders, launching him into the corner with explosive force. The audience is transfixed by their battle, each man trying to outdo the other in this brutal clash of titans. Meanwhile, MJF shows his trademark cunning by hurling poker chip pieces at Anthony Bowens, each one a sharp projectile cutting through the air. Bowens is momentarily distracted, allowing MJF to sneak in a vicious low blow. The crowd lets out a collective gasp as Bowens crumples to the mat, the tension in the arena reaching a fever pitch. The mayhem spills into the crowd as Marina and Willow continue their fierce exchange. Trading blows and grappling fiercely, Willow gains the upper hand, tossing Marina off the balcony. Marina crashes onto a stack of tables, the impact sending shockwaves through the audience and leaving them breathless. As the match wears on, the chaos only escalates. Moxley and Pac find themselves cornered, surrounded by their opponents. Moxley pulls out a jagged piece of glass, brandishing it threateningly. He lunges at Hobbs, aiming for a strike, but Hobbs catches his arm, showcasing his incredible strength. The struggle is intense, with neither man willing to relent. Suddenly, Anthony Bowens re-enters the fray, rallying to help his team. The tide turns as he delivers a flurry of punches to MJF, who scrambles to escape the onslaught. In a desperate move, MJF reaches for a pair of scissors, hoping to regain control and turn the tables in his favor. The relentless action keeps the crowd on the edge of their seats, their cheers and gasps punctuating each moment. The sheer intensity of the match is a testament to the wrestlers' endurance and determination as they push their limits and each other to the brink. As the match nears its climax, MJF finds himself tied up, his back against the ropes. Anthony Bowens looms over him, scissors in hand, ready to strike. MJF's bravado falters as he realizes the danger he's in. With a desperate smirk, he forfeits, knowing that Bowens could easily make this his last moment in the ring. The match ends in a frenzy, leaving the audience breathless and craving more chaos, a testament to the unforgettable spectacle they have just witnessed. The Dynamite episode following Double or Nothing explodes with energy as Rated FTR, Adam Copeland, Dax Wheeler, Cash Harwood, Powerhouse Hobbs, Willow Nightingale, and Anthony Bowens celebrate their hard-fought victory in the ring. The atmosphere is electric, filled with a sense of triumph and camaraderie. Bowens, beaming with pride, basks in the moment, feeling like a champion among champions. But the mood shifts dramatically when the big screen flickers to life, revealing MJF lounging in a luxurious chair, his signature smirk stretching across his face. Well, he drawls, his voice smooth yet dripping with malice. Look who's celebrating like they just won the lottery. But let's take a little trip, shall we? The footage that follows is grainy and dark, showing MJF invading Bowens' home in California. The sanctity of Bowens' personal life is shattered as MJF struts through the front door, a twisted smile plastered across his face. Look at this pathetic little dump, MJF sneers, his eyes glinting with sadistic pleasure. He finds Bowens' husband and unleashes a barrage of insults, each one sharper than the last. What's the matter? Didn't think your boy could handle a little real-life horror. Backstage, the atmosphere is tense. A week later, Bowens is in a secluded area, pacing back and forth, the fire of rage igniting within him. He's losing his composure, smashing a chair against the wall. You think you can just waltz into my life and destroy everything I care about, he shouts, his voice shaking with anger. Billy, ever the calming presence, steps in, trying to de-escalate the situation. Anthony, you need to calm down. This isn't going to help. But Bowens, fueled by rage, shakes his head. He hurt the man I love, Billy. He broke my heart, and now I need to destroy his. The following week, Bowens and MJF are set for a crucial ring promo, the tension between them palpable. The rules are clear. They cannot lay hands on each other, or the highly anticipated match at Blood and Guts will be off, and neither of them will ever be allowed to compete for the AEW World Championship. MJF steps into the ring first, soaking in the jeers from the crowd. You see, Anthony, you have to pay the price for taking away my opportunity, he sneers. But don't worry, I'm going to fight another day. Get past you, make an example out of you, and then I'll go after the world title in front of 50,000 people at All In. Bowens, standing across the ring, can barely contain his fury. You think you can just exploit my identity and use it against me, MJF? You're the real poser here. He steps forward, voice steady yet filled with emotion. You use your ADHD as an excuse for being a terrible person. You're the one exploiting your differences while pretending to be a champion for others. MJF's laughter echoes through the arena. Oh, please, you think you're some kind of representation? You're just another wrestler who doesn't deserve his spot. You don't understand anything about struggle, Bowens retorts, his passion igniting the crowd. When I first started in AEW, people called me names, said I'd never make it. But I fought through every obstacle, and I've earned my place here. You, MJF, represent every person who doubted me, every person who belittled me. By destroying you, I'm tearing down every barrier they built. The intensity mounts as Bowens steps closer, his eyes aflame. You hurt the man I love, and now I'm coming for you. You don't fuck with family. His voice crescendos, rallying the crowd behind him. This isn't just about a match. It's about pride, love, and the fight against darkness. I will destroy your evil heart. MJF, momentarily taken aback, quickly regains his composure, a predatory glint in his eye. Bring it on, Bowens. I'll enjoy every second of your despair. As the stage is set for Blood and Guts, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation. MJF, confident and cocky, believes he's orchestrated the perfect psychological warfare. But Bowens stands resolute, prepared to reclaim his pride and protect what he loves most. On the night of Blood and Guts, the air crackles with electricity. MJF strides down the ramp, ready to face Bowens in a Texas deathmatch exuding arrogance. Look at you, Bowens, all tough and pretty, just like your husband. How's he doing after our little meet and greet? MJF's words drip with malice as he steps into the ring, fully aware of the fire he's ignited. As the bell rings, chaos erupts. MJF charges at Bowens, but Bowens sidesteps, sending MJF crashing into the corner. The violence escalates as Bowens grabs barbed wire, wrapping it around his fist before smashing it in MJF's face. Blood sprays, painting the canvas like a gruesome masterpiece. The match becomes a brutal ballet, with MJF desperately trying to regain control amidst the chaos, unaware of the reckoning that awaits him. The crowd is electrified, the showdown between good and evil unfolding before their eyes. In that moment, with every punch thrown and every drop of blood spilled, the stakes couldn't be higher. Bowens knows he's fighting for more than just a title. He's fighting for love, respect, and to conquer the darkness MJF embodies. The battle rages on, and the world is about to witness the true meaning of resilience and defiance. As the blood and guts match reaches its climax, the arena is a cauldron of chaos and adrenaline. The air is thick with anticipation, the crowd roaring as MJF and Anthony Bowens stand battered and bloodied in the center of the ring. Both men are determined, fueled by the emotions of their intense rivalry, and the stakes couldn't be higher. MJF, bleeding from multiple cuts, leans against the ropes, trying to catch his breath. He shoots a defiant glare at Bowens, his signature smirk now replaced with a look of grim determination. "You think you can take me down? You're just a stepping stone for me on my way to the top," he shouts, his voice laced with desperation. Bowens, breathing heavily but radiating an undeniable intensity, steps forward, eyes blazing with fury. "You've underestimated me for the last time, MJF. This isn't just about titles or fame. This is about family, love, and standing up to a bully." He lunges at MJF, delivering a series of punishing strikes that send MJF reeling. The crowd erupts as Bowens showcases his resilience, channeling every ounce of pain into his offense. With a swift maneuver, he wraps a length of barbed wire around his fist and charges at MJF, smashing it into his face. Blood sprays, a vivid reminder of the brutality that has unfolded, and the audience is on their feet, chanting Bowens' name. MJF, desperate to regain control, grabs a steel chair from ringside and swings it wildly. Bowens ducks just in time, the chair crashing against the turnbuckle with a thunderous clang. Seizing the opportunity, Bowens counters with a vicious German suplex that shakes the ring, sending MJF crashing to the mat. As MJF struggles to regain his footing, Bowens methodically sets up a table in the corner. The crowd buzzes with anticipation, sensing the impending climax of this brutal encounter. Bowens looks down at MJF, who is now crawling toward the ropes, trying to pull himself up. "You thought you could break me, MJF? You thought wrong," Bowens declares, his voice a fierce battle cry. In a moment of pure intensity, Bowens ascends the turnbuckle, positioning himself for a high-risk move. The crowd holds its breath as he looks down at MJF, who is still dazed but desperate. "This is for every word you've ever said, for every person you've ever hurt," Bowens yells, launching himself off the top rope for a devastating flying elbow drop. The impact is thunderous as Bowens crashes through MJF and the table, splintering it into pieces. The arena erupts in cheers, the crowd witnessing a moment of pure catharsis. Bowens lays on top of MJF, the referee sliding in for the count. 1, 2, 3. The bell rings and the crowd explodes with excitement. Bowens rises slowly, a victorious warrior amidst the wreckage. He stands tall, breathing heavily, sweat and blood mixing on his skin, but his spirit is unbroken. The triumph is palpable, not just for the victory, but for the personal journey that led him here. MJF is left crumpled on the mat, the weight of his arrogance crashing down on him. As Bowens raises his arms in victory, the fans chant his name, celebrating not just the win, but the message it sends: standing up against bullies and fighting for what you love is worth every ounce of effort. As the camera zooms in on Bowens, he grabs a microphone, his voice steady and powerful. "This isn't just about me. It's about every person who's ever been put down, every person who's ever felt like they didn't belong. You don't fuck with family, and you don't mess with someone who's ready to fight back." The crowd erupts once more, drowning out the chaos around them, as Bowens stands as a symbol of hope and resilience. Tonight, he has not only overcome MJF, but has also proven that love and determination can conquer even the darkest hearts. As the show fades to black, the image of Bowens, triumphant and resolute, lingers in the minds of fans, a reminder that true strength lies not just in physical prowess, but in the courage to stand up for oneself and those you love. At AEW the Casino Battle Royale kicked off with a palpable buzz in the arena. Anthony Bowens seemed destined for victory, his momentum building as he tossed opponents left and right. Just when he was about to secure the win, Bobby Lashley charged in with a devastating spear, sending Bowens crashing through a table in a brutal explosion of wood and flesh. Earlier, MJF's music blared through the speakers, but the self-proclaimed salt of the earth had cleverly positioned himself outside the ring. As the chaos unfolded, the camera cut to MJF, nestled beneath the ring, phone in hand, like a sly fox observing a henhouse. He watched the carnage unfold, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This clever approach was lost on the arena fans, who remained oblivious to the devious plot unfolding just out of sight. The match reached a fever pitch when Bobby Lashley and Powerhouse Hobbs collided with simultaneous spears, both men collapsing to the mat in a heap. Sensing his moment, MJF sprang into action, emerging from his hiding spot like a vulture circling its prey. He slid into the ring and, with a smirk plastered on his face, executed a quick pinfall, claiming the #1 contender spot for the AEW Championship. The main event featured Jon Moxley facing off against Darby Allin in a brutal last man standing match. The stakes were high, with a strict no interference rule in place. Anyone who dared to disrupt the match would be fired on the spot. Darby fought valiantly, his resilience shining through as he finally defeated Moxley, leaving the crowd roaring in approval. But just as the celebration began, MJF stormed down the ramp, cashing in his contract with a swagger that screamed arrogance. Before Darby could catch his breath, MJF stole the title, cementing his claim and setting the stage for a reign filled with chaos. Standing tall with the AEW Championship hoisted above his head, MJF delivered a scathing promo. "I climb my way to the mountaintop, and I see a lot of dead bodies around me," he sneered, referencing Darby's Mount Everest climb in a mocking tone that drew gasps from the audience. "I'm your champion now, and let's be real, did you really want a vacationing champion?" This narrative not only catapults MJF into the spotlight, but also sharpens the focus on the controversies surrounding the championship scene. With Moxley's reign criticized for its lack of direction and Darby's absence due to his mountain escapade, MJF's presence offers a fresh start. He embodies the little bastard persona, relishing in every moment of chaos he creates, fully aware of his ability to manipulate the narrative to his advantage. As he prepares to reign as champion, MJF's storyline is laced with opportunity. His feud with Sammy Guevara promises to elevate both characters and bring new life to Ring of Honor. MJF's long-term presence on television makes a compelling argument for his title reign, especially given AEW's massive turnout at Wembley Stadium with him as champion. It's clear that a long-term reign could mirror the legacies of wrestling greats, rebuilding the momentum the company desperately needs. With MJF at the helm, AEW is set to embark on a thrilling journey filled with unexpected twists, intense rivalries, and the undeniable magnetism of a champion who knows exactly how to push buttons and rile up the crowd. Also, this fixes the issue of AEW abandoning long-term storytelling and creates what the fans want to see: compelling stories with logic, length, and twists and turns. This isn't just another chapter. It's the beginning of a reign that promises to shake the foundations of the company. The stage is set for MJF to prove once again that he's better than you, and you know it.